This is Michael Gerace with Clearview Sewer Cams. It is April 11th, 2022. We're located at 3711 3711 Olympiad Drive, View Park, California, Los Angeles, California, 90043. And we're at the 3-inch test tee, or clean out tee, at the right front corner of the house. It's ABS plastic and it is exposed, which should not be exposed to the sunlight. It will crack, deteriorate, and end up leaking. This is the front of the property. We're going to insert our camera down into the tee. We're going to zero out our camera monitor right at the edge of the tee. Get a good accurate reading. Okay, we're zeroed out and we're going to insert our camera going back up toward the house. Try and take a look at the line. We've got an immediate 90-degree turn. Got a little bit of water. We're holding water right there. And now we're going back into the house. We're running up the line. Piping appears to be in fair condition at this time. A little bit flat in some areas. We have a little tiny bit of water standing at the bottom, which we're not too concerned about. Just major bellies. When we first go into the tee, we're holding quite a bit of water right there. Running back toward the back of the house, toward the master bathroom. And we're making a turn. As you can see, there was a little bit of water standing. The joints all appear to be in fair and maintainable condition. Running back. And that's the end of the run. You can see the cap at the end of the run. So we look okay. Didn't see any major issues in the waistline under the house. We're going to pull our camera back now.
The house sold?
I'm buying it. I'm the buyer.
Oh, you're the buyer?
Yeah.
We're going to continue pulling back now. And we'll pull out to our clean out tee.
Sorry, on the phone.
Very good.
We're not going to have footage pulling back because of the fact that we had to have the equipment and the monitor so far away from the camera to get into the shade to where we can see the monitor. And then we'll feed our camera back in to the camera reel.
That's very good.
But we did see all the footage on the way out. And now we're going to pause for just a moment. We got to feed that back in so we get a good accurate reading. Okay, we're going to insert our camera now into the tee and running out toward the street. We're yeah. I think I'm at -0, so hold on. Oop, come on. Okay, we're zeroed out and we're going to insert our camera. Running out toward the street now. We have to pause for a moment. We're going to pull back for just a moment and wipe the camera lens off. Going to try it again. Insert our camera. Okay, we've got a good clear picture. Now we're running toward the mainline sewer cleanout, which is about 15 feet to 20 feet away, going toward the front door area. Now we're going to be making a turn. All the piping appears to be in fair and maintainable condition at this time. Now we should be coming up to the mainline sewer clean out. We're going to make another turn right here. A little bit more of a turn. Pushing in. And we don't tie in directly to the mainline clean out. We're tied in lower below. Pull back a little bit, Steve. Okay, and at this joint you can see we have a whole lot of the rubber neoprene band at the bottom showing, and this joint is offset quite a bit. It's offset about 1.5 inches. We're going to pause for a moment and we're going to locate this area. Okay, we located this area. It is approximately 2 feet in front of the sidewalk, on the property side of the sidewalk, and it is at 4 foot 7 inches deep. Pretty substantial offset that needs to be repaired. So now we're going to push in past this area. Got a little debris on the camera lens. We'll rinse that off on the way back. Now we got most of it just by pushing in a little bit. We're going to continue to push in. And we're going to go slow right here. Pull back a little bit. See? Okay. That joint appears to be out around just a little bit. And we're going to go on in just a tiny bit. That's good. That joint appears to be out around a little bit. And then when we go in just a little bit more, looks like we've got a little bit of an offset. That might be it could be the test tee. We'll blow that up and look at that real good on the laptop when we get back to the office. So we're going to continue to push out now. And we're still in 4-inch piping. We're in 4-inch ABS plastic piping. We're running out toward the street. Now we're going to transition here in just a moment. I don't know if looks like vitreous clay right here. We're going to pause for a moment. We do have some root intrusion a little bit. Pull back just a tiny bit, Steve. Right there. We're going to pause right here and we're going to locate this area. Okay, we located this area. This is our transition from ABS plastic to vitreous clay, and it is right at the curb at 5 foot 4 inches deep. You do see a little bit of the concrete slag overpour, and we do have a little bit of root intrusion in the line. We're going to continue to push out. Going to continue to push out. A little bit of root intrusion, not terrible. Next joint, we got a little bit of a gap and a pretty sizable offset right here. Going to continue. Now we're in the street. We're going to continue to push in. Had to kind of push hard to jump over that offset. Offsets in vitreous clay are a little bit more. Right there we've got a little bit more root intrusion. Not a terrible amount, but we got a little bit more, and we got some chipping and cracking in the face of that pipe right in front of us at the 6 o'clock area, from about the 5 o'clock area to the 6 o'clock area. We're going to continue to push out. You get some offsetting in vitreous clay, and it's not as urgent of a repair than if you have ABS plastic as much, because things will catch the way that that's offset. We're going to continue to push out. Another joint, little tiny bit of root intrusion. Joint appears to be in fairly maintainable condition. That joint, a little tiny bit of root intrusion and a little tiny bit of an offset. Still maintainable at this time. Don't see any major breaks in the vitreous clay. Another joint, little minor root intrusion, little minor offset here. You're dropping down, that's a fairly large offset, but don't see any major breaks. Looks like our saddle area, and now we're at the edge of our city sewer. We're going to actually run into the city sewer about 2 more feet and rinse our camera. We've got quite a bit of water running through. Got a good clear picture. We're going to pull back slowly, and we're right at the edge. Go in just a little bit, Steve. Good. And that's the edge of our city sewer saddle connection. This is the end of the homeowner's responsibility right here. Got quite a bit of water running through the city, as you can see. Now we're going to begin pulling back slowly, and we'll just take another good look at the joints, especially in the vitreous clay. We saw everything in the ABS pretty well. We're going to begin pulling back. That joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition. Minor root intrusion in the next one with an offset. Not terrible, but it is offset. The next joint had a little bit of root intrusion. That joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition. That joint has a little bit of root intrusion, not terrible. That joint's got a little bit of an offset right there. That has quite a bit of root intrusion in that joint right before the ABS transition we just passed, and now we're coming back into the ABS plastic. And as I said before, we had that one large offset right at the curb area, which we should be coming up on in just a moment. And that was our offset right there. That joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition. We're going to keep coming back. We're pulling back toward our test tee. Pulling back toward our test tee now. That joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition, as do those joints. Coming back toward our clean out. It is ABS plastic. It is exposed on the right hand side of the property and needs to be reworked and put underground. And we're out of our test tee and our sewer line clean out from the right hand side of the house. And that will conclude our sewer inspection.